Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is What's in the Bag Player Edition Part 2 Sticks. Now, first of all, I'm sorry this took so long to come out. I got sick, and then I got busy, and here it is. Second of all, I'm sorry about how awkward this will be. Sticks are tall, and they don't really fit good on a wide camera. And everyone knows how annoying it is to watch a vertical video on a computer screen or like just not have the whole screen taken up. So I'm gonna do it vertical or horizontal. So anyways, what I'll do here is I'll just talk about the stick, when I got it, why I got it, what I thought of it really quick, and just some details on it, and that's about it. This is right now in order of getting it first time, getting it, and the newest ones. Also, I'm sorry for the audio. I'll have to be kind of leaning over to the side of the camera, like over here. So the audio might get a little weird, so I'll try to fix that a bit, but I can't promise anything. And there's also a light source right to the right, and it kind of gets funky. So anyways, let's begin. All right, so for the first stick, we're going to a Bauer Supreme Hockey Canada edition. I don't know what this is. I got it at Sport Check for $40. It's a Patrick Kane, as you can see. This focus is 87 flex, but it feels like a noodle with no kick at all. It's awful. I do really like the look of it, though. I think it's a good looking stick with the Canadian graphics. There's a little bit of irony there too. Patrick Kane with Team Canada graphics. But anyways, so that's what this is. And here's the curve. Hopefully that shows up a bit. Just the P88 curve. So this stick was my very first carbon, one-piece stick. Before this, I had a wood Sherwood, just like the 5030 over there, that I would use. And I figured because I was playing player now, I'd try this stick out, see how I liked it. This is awful, but I didn't know any better at the time. And it did feel a bit lighter, but this thing is heavy. I haven't looked, I haven't tried. As you can see, that's my old school tape job. I used to have an extension in there, as you can see, but I took it out just because it was even worse with the extension. And yeah, this is how I used to tape my sticks. And then there's another way too, which I'll show you on the wood one. But since then, I've gotten Tacky Max and kind of replaced them. So anyways, so we'll go on to the next. All right, so the next stick I got is a Sherwood T70 True Touch in a Stastny. Sorry, this is upside down, by the way. Stastny P26 90 Flex. And this has Tacky Mac on it because I went back after I broke one of these. I put an extension in it and it broke like right up on the top hand part. So I'm trying to get this focus. Broke right in the top part here. So I took so I had to use the secondary one, but I used this later on, like probably 6 months ago, because I was questioning whether the good sticks were actually that good or if I just got better, and they're that good. Anyways, so I actually really like the graphics on this stick. I like how the Sherwood is different like colors for the text. I like the orange accents. I think it looks really good. The stick itself, I bought it at a local sports store. I'm not going to name their name because I'm not a fan of them. And about that, this was buy one, get one free. I paid $70 for two, and it's frankly an awful stick. It's low end, it's heavy. We'll look at the curve here. So you can see there's the curve. And I brought this out with my wrecker to see if the wrecker was really that much better, and it was. This stick is just, this was awful. Again, it's a low end stick. It's really heavy. Its balance is bad, and everything about it's just not very good, but it was like $40, so I guess you can't really complain. Well, I am, but you know what I mean. So next we're going to my very first high-end stick. And this is an Easton Stealth RS. And a Parise 85 flex. Come on. There we go. And this was really the first stick I put Tacky-Mac on. And the reason being is because I found out about it on modsquadhockey.com, and I read about it. And so the reason that there's this cut right here is a puck actually hit this. I used to block shots like crazy because I was a weird goalie turned defenseman, and I tried to help my goalies out. And a puck hit up here, and then it started to rip. So I can't really blame Tacky-Mac or be upset about that at all. So this stick, I really, really like the graphics on it. I think it looks fantastic. The yellow accents are great, as well as the black, like I can't remember what it's called right now, but just the murdered out black look. There we go. So like all the details, and then when you get really close, you can actually see the raw carbon on it. And I like the elliptical taper too. This was my first low kick stick as well, or like actually good low kick stick. And everything about it was fantastic. My only problems with it was it did get soft on me after like 4 months. And especially the blade. The blade definitely felt like it was going on me. But the heel curve here got me into heel curve. So whenever I have a choice, I'll always try to get a heel curve, especially the Parise or like the Lindstrom style. Just it's personal preference now. I like how you pass with it. So far this stick was a matte grip, just a standard with no grip on it. I'm more of a fan of non-grip sticks, but I don't like glossy sticks. So the first two sticks were kind of glossy. The Bauer, especially the Sherwood, was a little bit glossy, but it's also kind of a matte, but they weren't a huge fan. I wasn't a huge fan of them, but this one felt great, and I really like that. So anyways, this was my favorite stick for a while. I actually stopped using it because I was afraid it was going to break, and I didn't really want to break it. And at the time, I didn't have a replacement. And I did this was the first stick I really did a review on, so you can actually check that out for written reviews. And that's about it for that one. This also, I guess, kind of got me into low kick sticks, but I didn't realize it at the time. But anyways, we're moving on to the next. Oh, don't knock that over. All right, so this is a Winwell GX8. And look at this. And a PS155, which is basically a Lindstrom, and a stiff, which is basically 100, I think, but it plays stiffer. GX8 there. Spin around. I do like the look of this stick. I like how both sides are separate. So there's the first side, which is like a gray. Looks kind of white in the light. And then this side, which looks more black and then gray accents. I don't think this is real carbon. I think this is just paint. So it doesn't really have a 3D texture to it. So I think it's just a painted texture. But yeah, so there's that. I'll show you the curve. Again, heel curve, which I like. So, okay, about this stick. It says it's 490 grams. I'm not sure if that's the truth or not. I never weighed it. It feels really heavy. Its flex doesn't have a ton of kick in it, or else I just can't flex it. It kind of does feel like a rebar to me. And it was never that good for me. But what I did with this stick was I would use it when I got into rough games when I always use the Easton, or I needed to basically just play defense and block shots because I wasn't afraid of breaking this stick because it was so solid. And I didn't want to break the Easton. I actually have another one of these that was unused, and it's just sitting in my garage, but I'll probably never get to it now. But that's about it for it. I do really like the look of it, but it didn't really play the way I was expecting. I think this one was $70 for one of these, or maybe $60. I bought two for I can't remember the exact price. And I got these because of a website did a review on them and said it was basically the best stick for the price. And I don't know if I totally agree with that, but it wasn't that bad. All right, so next we're going to a wood stick, which might be odd, but there's a story behind it. So I always used wood sticks before. I use them like before the composite sticks, obviously. So here's a good old PMP 530 from Canadian Tire. Gotta love it. The curve is a Ryan. Surprisingly, it wasn't a coffee. I didn't want the crazy hook on it. I wanted a more of a neutral. So I want a more neutral curve. So that's what that looks like. And now the reason this stick exists is because I wanted to just practice with a wood stick instead of using a composite all the time and just see the difference. The weird grip is this is how I used to tape my sticks. Ever since a player on one of my teams did it, I thought it looked cool, and I had a bunch of pink tape left over from like a joke back when I was in high school, and so I did this ugly grip. It's awful, but I thought it looked cool at the time. This stick, yeah, it's a Sherwood. It's honestly crap. Hopefully this comes out. So as you can see, the blade is just absolutely destroyed. And this isn't from playing on the road or anything. This was playing on ice. So I found the blade to just get eaten up on this stick, and I probably used it maybe 15 times, and that's it. So, which is why I won't really buy wood sticks anymore for, well, many reasons why, but that was one of them. So I just used this, practice stick handling, stuff like that, to see if composites made a difference, and they definitely did. People always talk about how good wood sticks feel on this puck. I don't really believe that because I like how composites feel better, but that could just because I've been using a composite for so long. All right, so now for the Warrior ones. Now, some of you may remember a few years ago, Amazon had a crazy Warrior sale where they had these sticks for $40 when all other companies had them for like $150. So this is a Covert DT1 LT. And this was another stick I did a review on already, which you can find out. So this stick, well, I really like the Easton RS. Oh, sorry. More details on it. Actually, the cover, there we go. Pavelski 100 Flex. This is also a taller stick. This is a 63-inch stick and not a 60-inch. Now, while I really enjoyed my Easton RS, when I grabbed this stick for the first time, I was amazed at how hard I shot with it. It was ridiculous. The pop on this thing was unreal, nothing like I ever felt before. And I was like, okay, this is how people shoot. I couldn't keep slap shots below crossbar. I had a hard time keeping my normal shot below the crossbar, and that's because of the curve, which we'll take a look at it. Which is still a heel, but it's more open. Oh, sorry. Let me level this out. So I think this is a Pavelski curve. I think it's a W03. I'm not positive. But anyways, it's too open on the toe, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like the Granlunds better, which I think W05. But it's okay. Maybe this is sorry, I can't remember exactly what the curve is, or if they might have changed it a bit, because it doesn't feel like my Backstrom, which is a W03. But anyways, so this was my go-to stick for a long time. And my only real issue with it was it died on me in terms of pop, and after about 3 months. Now I did block shots with it and stuff like. Sorry, we'll get to that. I did block shots and stuff with that, but it, like the blade doesn't feel like it's broken, but it definitely lost its pop and kick, and that's kind of disappointing. I like the graphics. I think it looks good. I like the details when it gets closer to the blade where you can actually see the carbon in it, which I always think looks great. I like raw carbon. It's a weak spot for me, but I hated the grip. The silicone textured grip. I absolutely hated it, but I didn't have a choice. So I bought it. It was $40. It was the best $40 ever spent. My girlfriend still uses the one that we bought then at the same time. So that was it. All right, I'm going to clean this up really quick and go from there. So first of all, this video is definitely going to be more than one upload. I just realized how long it's going on for, so I'll probably 2 or 3 parts. So anyways, we'll go to the next stick. I bought 3 sticks on that Amazon sale. The one for my girlfriend, which is DT1, but a different flex. And then I bought this DT1 ST because I wasn't sure which one I'd like. So I bought them both. And again, I do like this grab. I really like how this is a white stick. The one thing about this stick is because it was shorter, I think this was a 61 inch or so, or 61 and a half, where the other one was 63. I just made the DT1 LT, the black one that we just saw. I made that my primary just because it was a little longer and I like that for defense. This stick was pretty good. I didn't use it that much. Honestly, I've probably used it for 5 skates and I can't even remember how it feels. I know I love the curve because it's a Granlund, but we'll get there in a second. So there's the info. Granlund, 100 flex. Come on. You can focus. There you go. Granlund, 100 flex. It has that grip I don't like, but I do like the graphics. And we'll take a look at the grip itself. Sorry, not the grip itself. We'll take a look at the blade, which is right there. So that's just like the Prise. That's my favorite curve there is. And so that's about it for that one. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to... Actually, no, we're going to stop there. So that's it for part 1 of the stick part. Thanks for watching. The other one should come out really quickly as well. Remember, all the links in the description for my Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me through there. Just helps me get more equipment to do reviews. I hate saying it, but it's just how it is. Anyways, thank you for that, and we'll go on to the next one in the next video.